So let the light come through. Let the light come through. Like a sacred morning, all hope renewed. See the world transforming, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through. There's no need for hiding. It was always you. Ever golden shining, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through.
Good morning. Sean, could I have some blue mic there? That would be great. Okay. So good to have everybody here this morning. We rearranged things a little bit. What's fun about this is you can actually see each other besides not just me. So welcome. I'm Reverend Jay, the spiritual director here, and so glad to be a part of everything here at the community. It's such a beautiful day. A little cold starting out this morning, but it's warming up. I think the community itself warms things up a little bit here. But I tell you, the other part that warms things up is some music from Bodhi. Going to open us up with a little music here. Let's welcome Bodhi.
Good morning. You guys know this by now. Ready? All that I see and all that I hear, all that I feel is God. And all that I have, all that I do, all that I am is God. All that I see and all that I hear, all that I feel is God. All that I have and all that I do. All that I am is God. Okay, your turn. All. Very nice. All that I am is God.
Thank you, Bodhi. That was beautiful. Beautiful way to start this morning out. So, one thing I know, not only this a seating arrangement allows you to see each other, but for those people who like the back row, there's a lot of back row all around the room. But what I like is the back row is not that far away. So it's kind of fun to kind of do something a little differently today, especially since today is around our ritual table here, our ritual bowl. And we just open up to connecting deeper in what we do. And we have, hang on just a minute, Mary. Those reserved are seats for Nancy. Those 3 seats are reserved. Okay, great. All right. Sorry to interrupt things for that. I just didn't know. So we would like to begin our service with our vision and mission statement. So if we look up on our screen, we welcome those of you who are online, join us today and read with me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our vision, our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. So good to affirm that today. I just want to welcome everybody today, the last Sunday in the new year. I know a lot of people are thinking about intentions and resolutions, so we designed the service around creating intentions. But there's a release part of it too that I'll talk more about later. But I'm so glad to have you here today, all of you, to be a part of this special service we have. If you happen to be online with us this morning, I would recommend to be part of this ritual. You can participate, but I would get a candle and some paper and pen to write with. And when we get to the burning part, you don't have to burn if you don't feel comfortable with that in your own home. You could do it in a fire-safe bowl, or you can just rip it up and throw it away. So either way, just to grab. But a candle is still a good idea. Paper and pen nearby, that would be great. I'll tell you more about what to do with that later on. And hopefully everybody got an envelope as well as an announcement sheet this morning. The announcement sheet tells you about things going on in the coming days and weeks. The first one is we have a December 31st World Peace Meditation led by Reverend Georgia and 2 of our practitioners. And it's at 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, December 31st. I know that's early, but the thing is, it's designed to be in the same hour worldwide. And on the last day of the year, it's the only time we can do it. We just happen to be, really far west as far as the time zones go. Some people get to have it at 11, and some like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and other people at 11 p.m. Australia's at 11 p.m. while we're at 4 a.m. So it's that time that we can all be in the same day and know peace together. So it's a beautiful time to gather. Feel free to wear, sweatpants, pajamas, whatever you want to. Come a few minutes early. The doors open at 3:30. Bring an altar item if you want, and you can even linger afterwards to kind of chat and talk about how the meditation was and your hope for the coming year. So that's this coming Wednesday, if you so want. And then also we have a few things coming up in the new year. We have a new class. This is a reformatted foundations class. So it's only 6 weeks long and a great back to basics. So I know, and I think most of the practitioners will say too, when we get stuck or confused or in doubt, we always go back to the basics of science of mind. And in Sundays, we'll be talking about those back to the basics, as well as a few other things in our January talks, January messages. But it's class, and Rob Ward is a fantastic teacher. It'll all be on Zoom, but he has done a dozen classes online. He's really good at bringing you in and doing breakout sessions and different kind of techniques to keep you engaged and learning online. So I really highly recommend this course. You can sign up at the information table. There's a link online. It starts on the 20th, so on Tuesday evenings for 6 weeks, but a great course I highly recommend. And then other things going on, we have the positive campaign sign, the kindness campaign that Pro-Inclusion Napa is doing. We still have some signs left. I'll tell you, they had to reorder them because they've gone through 400 signs already. Now, this is December 28th. You can start putting them out in January. So just a few days away, as soon as January 1 hits, you put them out. And what we'd love to see is all over every neighborhood across the town seeing these kindness signs. If you don't have one yet, pick one. We have them today. We have some of the few signs left before the reorder, so I really encourage you to do that. And then other things going on here on January 3rd. We don't have a slide for that, but we're going to be redecorating our sanctuary. It means taking the Christmas trees down. I know, but we have to do that eventually. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep up some of the lights on the sides, and we're going to add some peace cranes to bring in the vision of peace for January, and so different things we're going to bring that in because of our emphasis on peace and kindness during the month of January. So that's it. It's on your little announcement sheet there. So this coming Saturday at 9 o'clock, let's take down the tree. Let's put it back up in the attic, and let's bring out the cranes and everything. I'd appreciate as many people as possible can show up for that. So that'll be this coming Saturday at 9 a.m. And then there's other things going on in January, including the MLK celebration that happens every year on Martin Luther King holiday. Sunday will be the commemoration. That'll be at 4 p.m., which is hosted by the Interfaith Council, and it'll be at Crosswalk Community Church. We don't have quite enough chairs in here, so we're going over to Crosswalk. But I'll be a part of that. And then the next day is the day of service that we do. And at Justin Siena is the home base, Justin Siena High School, where you can get information about projects all over the county, as well as family and youth activities. We do need a few volunteers. If you're interested in being there to volunteer, I would really appreciate that. You don't have to. It's from 9 to 1 there, and you can do 2 hours, and other people can do the other 2 hours. So you don't have to spend the whole time there. You can be doing the projects as well. And then miscellaneous other things going on in January. We are currently accepting nominations for the Sip and Savor Compassionate Heart Award. So if you know somebody who might be deserving of that, we have forms for that, as well as it is online as well. So we continue to have other events that happen. You'll see on your announcement sheet special meetings for the community engagement committee, as well as visioning are on there. If you're interested in being a part of that, we always invite new people to be a part of that. So thank you for being here and continue to be engaged in our community. If this happens to be your first time here, and you think this is a little weird how we're setting up, well, we might have it set up standard, like in rows mostly, but we're still weird, so don't worry about it. Yeah, but it's a good weird, right? It is different here, and if you later on will honor you to acknowledge you and give you some information more about us. But if you ever have any questions, there's always information at our information table to do that. To start out today, as I mentioned, with New Year just a few days away, people are thinking about resolutions and intentions and ways to create different things in the new year. But also there's this sense that you're ready to let go of 2025. I mean, there's been some great things about 25 for all of us, and there's been some things that we're ready to let go, ready to release, ready to choose something different for 26. So today we have a focus on remembering, releasing, and reigniting. And remembering this time in history from ancient times, around this time in December, what we call the portal of the winter solstice. So a week or two before the winter solstice, a week or two after the winter solstice. Many indigenous people would spend quiet time visioning, telling stories, connecting with each other, and talking about what they wanted to create also. This is not a new age, new thought kind of thing. This has been going on for a long time, and there's an energy right now to spend time. But the one thing that they all did that's in common among all cultures, is that they had some sense of a divine being, a great spirit that they tapped into. They called it by many different names. We usually say spirit or divine. And what we know is by connecting in that first, you may recognize things to release that you didn't realize you needed to let go of in order to have a greater vision to come through. And you also, in this connection, realize that which is emerging through you. The whole law of emergence says that we don't have to be better or more conscious or more aware. We just need to allow that knowledge to come within us. And like it's often compared to an acorn of an oak tree that has all it needs in that acorn to become a tree. It doesn't need to be anything. Now, yes, it's going to be in the ground, in the darkness. It's going to come up and it's going to sprout, and it's going to grow in that way. But everything it needs is in that acorn, and everything you need to emerge is within you. You don't have to do anything or be more to allow that to happen. So this is the idea of remembering that we start with, and in time we will talk about releasing and reigniting with our intentions. But for now, during this contemplative time, let's just do some remembering. So we're going to start with some music by Bodhi, and then followed by Monica is going to give us a prayer and meditation.
Let's just take a moment for a really deep breath. Bringing in all of Bodhi's ancient music and all that the light and all that the celebrations have been. Let's just take it in and let's pretend that we have an ocean of golden light from all this music, from all these lights, from all these happy children. We just give thanks for this. And I just want to say, let's clear our chakras. So really simple, really fast visualization prayer. Open your chakras and bring this golden light that we have been celebrating over this last few weeks into your crown chakra, cleansing all that was between you and spirit, clearing that all out. So whatever you need to know today will come through. And then bringing it down to your third eye, remembering that you are a child of God, that you have the intuition from God within you to know whatever you need to know about why you're here. And I just give thanks for this, and I just take another deep breath and remember what it was like to come out after the rain and feel the air and feel the coolness and feel the freshness of the air. And I just remember when I was out and the clouds fell apart for a while and the sun came through, and you feel that warmth as that golden light passing through you every day in every way. And we just bring it into our throat chakra and let it be there to let us know whatever we needed to say that we shouldn't have said. Maybe we need to forgive ourselves. Maybe we need to forgive someone else. Maybe we should have said something when we should and didn't. But whatever it is, let it go down to your heart chakra. All of our heart chakras now are really in a lot of grief and sorrow and just pain. And we know that this is transitory. This is going to pass. Let as much of you as of it pass as you can. Whatever you can't let pass, put it on your paper for the burning bowl. But bring it down into your Dong Quai, your power chakra. And let's pretend that we have a cord that is as big as that redwood tree outside. Huge redwood tree, huge roots into the Mother Earth all the way down into the core. And let's remember that whatever power we have can be used for good. If we've used it in the poor way, then we forgive ourselves, we forgive others, and we use our power in a strong and better way. And then we move to our sexual and gender areas, and we thank all that we have from our children, from our loves, from all that is there, and maybe things that we need to let go of and let know that are no longer serving us. And then we move down into our root chakra. Lots of concerns about finances, jobs, economies, all of that is there in that root chakra, waiting for you to open it up, bright red, and send it right down. Shed all of that into the earth. And whatever you can't shed right now, keep working on it and put it on your paper and burn it. So I just give thanks for this. And I know that this is fast, but you can repeat it yourselves to each other and through yourself when we get done with this and for days to come or whenever you need it. And I just give thanks for this. Namaste.
Yeah, it's about letting go. You all know this song, so you can sing it with me when you get to the chorus. Well, I've tried so long to do things my way. It gets me in trouble most every day. Now I feel ready to write a new play. If you feel it too, let me hear you say, I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. Into the arms of spirit. Into the arms of spirit. Well, I've been on this ride for oh so many years. All the rough water on this river of tears. Thinking I can do it myself, I push through the fear. And now when I surrender, I see it's all smoke and mirrors. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. Yeah. I'm ready to let go. Into the arms of spirit. Into the arms of spirit. Well, it seems like forever that I've been holding on, hoping for things to get better with each new dawn. Where the years roll by, it took some time for me to know where the only way to get there, I have to let go. So I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. Into the arms of spirit. Into the arms of spirit. Into the arms of spirit. Into the arms of spirit.
Oh, thank you so much, Bodhi, so much. You know, this is a really great time of the year to release. What we talked about, first of all, was to remember, and then release, and then reignite. And what's fun about the whole idea about reigniting is it allows us to find our passion, our way of doing things. The theme for today is to shed our skin. So think about a snake that doesn't think too much about it, but maybe his skin is becoming tight and brittle and just instinctually just keeps moving and sheds his skin, a very graceful way of doing that. Releasing can be like that for us. It can be that easy that we recognize something that no longer serves us and we go, well, I'm letting that go. But other times we are a little more resistant, or we wonder what will be if we let go of that. Or it just becomes so inherent in who we are, we don't even recognize that it's a problem because we just accept it as that's who we are. What I I often think of release as like a blackberry bush. I don't know if you know, have ever had to deal with a blackberry bush in your backyard or your property. They are like a weed, and they keep growing and getting bushier and thornier and can take over your whole garden or your whole yard. It obviously no longer serves you. You can't move around. There's just a lot of thorns there, right? You can't even get to the berries, or you might be able to get to a few of them, but they're hard. So the first thing you might want to do is just to cut it all down. But guess what? It comes back because it's the roots, the varied beliefs. Now, sometimes our own beliefs, it's easy. We can just cut it back. We can contain it. It won't continue to grow. But sometimes we need to dig up the entire root system. We have to do a little more inner process. We have to really be consciously saying this no longer serves us. And the other thing is we need to plant something else in its place. We need to dig up the roots, put new soil in, and plant something in its place, something new, a new vision. So it's not enough to release. We need to create an intention about the experience we want. We are aware of, if this is our intention, if this is what we want to create, we're aware there are obstacles. And to tell you the truth, sometimes I know it's not working. I know I'm not able to create exactly what I want, but I don't know what beliefs there are that stand in the way. So I have a phrase about all beliefs, known or unknown, I release. Known or unknown, I release. So I keep my eye on the intention, my focus on the intention, that which I want to create. And when I experience something less than that intention, I just can re-choose. That's the great thing about intentions is it's different than resolutions. Resolutions, can I have the slide on the resolutions and intentions, the contrasting those two? So these intentions, like on one side you find that intentions are they're more open, they're consciously created, they're broader experiences and ways of being. Versus resolutions tend to be specific, result-oriented goals that can sometimes feel rigid, that are either achieved or broken. Resolutions come and go. Some people say in 1 year and out the other. Well, intentions continue to inspire us to grow and evolve. Also, intentions invite self-compassion. You know, if we don't meet a certain goal, like let's say we had to exercise 4 times a week or go to the gym 3 times a week. That is so definite. When we only go 2 times or exercise only 3 times, we're short of that goal. We feel like a failure. Versus if we have an intention of being healthy, that can include body, mind, and spirit health. It can include meditation, taking time just to be out in nature, paying attention to the food we eat, and if it's healthy. And sometimes if we have a meal that's not healthy, we go, okay, I'm gonna intend to eat healthier. And yes, movement, exercise, but there's not a rigid way of doing that. If we only get 2 walks in a week instead of 3, we're going, okay, but that is still being healthier. I'm moving towards that health. And it's this experience of health we seek that they are. And resolutions, if they're not met, can lead to disappointment and this sense of failure. Intentions create a space for growth and transformation. It's almost like a journey that opens up previously unknown pathways. A psychologist, Diana Robb, says that an intention is something you want to manifest in your life or some guiding principle that you want to live by. It is the beginning of a dream or desire for something you want in your life. But what's great about intentions, if we experience something less than what we want in our intentions, then we simply re-choose, recommit to that intention. And I think what you'll find is when we have intentions and we experience something less than intentions, we get another opportunity to look at our beliefs. And sometimes it's a very core beliefs. about perhaps we didn't feel heard growing up, or we didn't feel worthy growing up, or that we weren't important and not strong enough or enough, period. So we get to look at those if we're in a place of intentions and we're just re-choosing. Okay, that's not exactly what I intended. So I need to look at that a little bit. And maybe you don't see anything in particular. Remember, beliefs known and unknown. We just recommit to ourselves and sometimes to friends and family, partners. My intention is this. This is what I'm seeking to do. I appreciate your support. I know I didn't quite do it this time. And this is what I'm recommitting to you, recommitting to myself, this intention. And that way it's an ongoing journey that we open up, that we create. So today we're going to do a ritual. And I'm going to tell you more details about it, but just to walk you through this idea of the ritual is you have a piece. You can go ahead and get that out in your envelope. You'll see a purple piece of paper in there. This is called flash or wish paper. It's also a little pencil in there, and you can use the envelope just to write on if you need something to write on. So in a few minutes, we're going to talk about what you're going to write on there, but I just want your just the basic things. So we're going to write something on it, and then you're going to burn it in this bowl, and I'll talk more about that later. You're also going to create an intention around what you are seeking to create. Now, your announcement sheet has some extra room on the back of it for you to write any notes you want to when it gets to that intention part. But also, in a few minutes, you're going to be given a stone that you'll just write something that, like a word, to remind you of that intention. You won't have room to write the whole intention, but just a word on it, and I'll be passing those stones out. But the reason for the stones that look like this, back in ancient Rome, when a prisoner was released from prison, they were given a white stone that didn't have anything at all on it. And that represented a blank slate, that they were free of their debts or whatever it was that they were imprisoned for. They were free now, and they can create their own life. But also, it was if somebody stopped them and said, hey, you're supposed to be in jail. Did you escape? They could pull out of their pocket or their bag the stone and go, no, I was released. And they would celebrate. Their friends would celebrate that they have been released and that they are free. And what you'll be doing is writing on this stone, because the new year is a new start. You've been released from the imprisonment of 2025. Some people say, thank God. And you'll be writing on this a phrase of your intention. And I don't know about you, but I have last year's one on my altar. Some people keep it in different places, that they just as a reminder of what that is. Some people keep it in their bag or their pocket, and they pull it out as a reminder or a touchstone. That you go, okay, this is my intention. This is it. So a daily affirmation in that way. Okay? So I'd like to begin by this release process. So I'd like you just to close your eyes for a moment. And just take a deep breath, connecting with your sense of the divine within you and around you. Maybe you already have a sense of what you want your life to be, the life of your choosing. What is getting in the way of that? What keeps you from being more connected with yourself, with others, with spirit? What's keeping you from being in joy from opening your heart wider. From being free to be you and to connect with wisdom and beauty and radiance. To create space just to be, without feeling like you're always busy in your brain, busy in your life, just finding space to be. To be compassionate towards yourself and others. What keeps that from happening? And when you're ready, you can take your pencil and write on your purple piece of paper. And, you know, because it's a pencil and nobody's going to look at it, you can write as many words on there as you want to. So go ahead and begin that when you're ready. If you're online, you can take your paper and write it on your paper that's nearby. And like I said before, you can either burn it or rip it up and throw it away. But you can just write on a separate piece of paper to do that. In order to reignite your life, sometimes you need to ignite something to let it go. So you'll be releasing it into the fire. And what we know in that process of doing that, like most rituals that you can do, you're not really burning up a belief, you're burning up a representation of it, but your soul and your heart know what you're doing. And things will shift in your life just by releasing, as long as we claim something to fill that vacuum. It's contained, don't worry. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you by rows to come up. And depending on your comfort level, you can wad it up and throw it in there. Or you can simply just kind of reach out and throw it in there to let go of it. And you can say something to yourself, I let go of whatever it is you're letting go of. You can speak it to yourself. You can speak it out loud. We can have 3 or 4 people up here at a time doing that. So I'm going to start with just this very front row right here, these 4 people right here. And you can gather around the table in different ways whenever you're ready. And then these 4 people here. And then these 4 people here. And then Bodhi, if you want to come up, and Linda, Patricia, Peggy, if you want to come up. And then this row back here with Diana, all of you guys. Oh, okay, it'll be fine, and it would be fine if you just let it go too, because it burns itself up. So. And then the back row back here with Lori, the whole back row back there. You can come out, yeah, come right through that way. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need it. It'll put itself out. It's okay. You don't need to grab it. Matter of fact, it'll fly. You've consumed the fire. It's okay. By the time it drops down, the flame is gone. Okay, where are we at? Right here? And all these area, everybody else over here who's not gone? And then the back row back here. And then also the row here with Jeff and Kit. You can come up too. Anybody on this side who hasn't gone yet can come on. If we do, I'll provide it. Oh, okay. They need to hold on to, no, they don't need to hold on to their pencil. Okay. I think we can do that on the way out. Is there anybody else that needs to? Anybody I missed, back or front? So we're passing out, for those online, we're passing out, and those here, we're passing out the stones now. These are the white stones that you can use. So people online, you want to get a new piece of paper. Hopefully you've released yours by now. You've ripped it up, thrown it away, burned it, whatever you've done with it. So get a fresh piece of paper out. And on this one, you can begin to write about your intentions. And for those of you who are waiting to receive the white stone, there are also on your paper, your announcement paper. That's why I wanted you to hold on to those pencils so you can use those. Just begin to make notes about your intentions for a minute, and I'll guide you through a process in just a minute. All right, let's find wait, I'm just waiting until everybody gets those stones. If you didn't get a stone, could you please raise your hand? So Monica up here too, and back there. Here, I'll take them. And then if we could just pass them back here to the back. Okay, there we go. All right, we're getting them back now. So the pens, the permanent markers, we don't have enough for everybody, so if you could just share those when we get to that. But don't write on there yet. Let's just close our eyes for a moment now. So what we know in this moment is that there is within you a deep wisdom. It's the wisdom of the ages, connected to the universal wisdom, connected to spirit. And there is something emerging in you that is more powerful than you can ever imagine. Maybe you know it by name, a word you've been thinking about. And yet there is something deeper that is embodied in you, that is emerging as this new intention, this new way of being, this new freedom, this new way of living and loving. That you are free, and now that you've released things, you are free to claim that which is seeking to be known, seeking for you to create and be in your life. And what's beautiful about this universe, as the poet Rumi said, that which you are seeking is seeking you also. So just allow yourself, you can open your eyes now and you can make notes on your piece of paper, kind of clarify. You could write out a whole intention, something like, I move freely and confidently, embracing the wisdom, beauty, and radiance of my truth. Or I open my heart wider to myself and my friends, to spirit. I create space to be, to breathe, to be quiet, to listen. So whatever you want to. And then when you are ready, write a word or two that represents those things that you are creating on your white stone. And like I said, we'll need to share those markers. And for those of you online, you're welcome to write on your piece of paper. Some make it a sacred ritual of where you're going to keep it. And you may want to do, like other people do, and here to do vision boards based on this intention as well, about to get some visual images of it. Or just bring it into your meditation time about, let's say your word is freedom. Like in the morning you wake up and you go, how can I express freedom today? Or how can I be free today? How can I open my heart wider today? How can I create space, sacred space in my life? So just to open up your days and do that. So I'll give you a few minutes to complete that. If you haven't written on your stone and you need a marker, raise your hand or ask your neighbor for a pen. Anybody still need a pen? And if there's one back here, they need one at the sound table too. As you finish, I'd like you to gather in groups of 2 or 3 or even 4, who's ever right around you, and just share what your word is for 2026. We don't have a lot of time for this, but you can just say, my word is, or you can say a sentence, but not a deep, long story about it, okay? We don't have time for that. But go ahead and turn towards your neighbors and just share your stone and share a little bit about that. And those online, you're welcome to put it in the chat if you want to do that, what your word is for the year. One more minute, wrap up your thoughts, make sure everybody has had a chance to say something. Anybody want to speak out your word? Just speak it out to the whole group. Power in your intention. How about we'll start over here. Anybody want to speak out your word? Courage. What was it back there? Inner peace. Inspiration. Positivity. Love. Truth. Say it again. Trust. Be love. Deep. Deeper presence. Peace. Great. Perfect health. Beautiful. See the love. Beautiful. Well, thank you, everybody, for being a part of this, and please do take them home. There'll be a basket on your way out to draw pencils and envelopes and all that stuff for now. You can just set it down or wherever you want to do that. And we're going to have a song.
All right, do y'all feel lighter now? Day by day as we walk the shore by the lake where the wild geese come to nest, I hear your tales of troubling times and offer up a place to rest. Around us the world, a web of illusion, so easy to be caught by Indra's net. Life is a game, we can choose how to play. Whatever you believe is what you get. But you know, I just wanna dance with you, to feel your heart and be close to you. I just wanna dance with you, our love dissolving the blues. After the winter, the rains have departed, leaving in its wake a bounty of water, the music of rivers and streams that are flowing, healing the hearts of our sons and daughters. Nature is medicine, the best you can offer. Rest in the quiet forest and ocean. Peace, it resides in the balance of living, the perfect combination of thought and emotion. But oh, I just want to dance with you, to feel your heart and be close to you. I just want to dance with you, our love dissolving the blues. Dissolve. Dissolve. Melting. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bodhi. Beautiful accompaniment to our releasing and reigniting today. So thank you. And thank you all for your open heart and your willingness to step forward. Now, this is a brief process. I invite you between now and the New Year's and even into the first week of the new year to continue this process, journaling, considering, contemplating, taking those perhaps things that you wrote down on your paper or your stone with your meditation, like what does love look like? What does deeper presence feel like? What is this opening my heart? See, hear, experience. What is my experience of deeper love? So just allow yourself to get that sense of that, because when you embody this, when you experience it, then you can recognize it and create it in your lives in that way. So thank you for being a part of that. So this is a time in our service when we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. We know that which you give continues to give you greater things in your life, greater joy, greater love, and greater peace as you open your heart. So if our ushers could come forward, please. Thank you for being a part of all this. And we know that some of you give online or give in different ways or give once a month or different ways. So we invite you to take your hand over your heart to represent that which you've given in the past or which you're given today, and say the affirmation that's on the screen with me. divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
God is the source of who I am. God is the dream of what I do. And if it's God I'm a talking to, I give myself to be used by you. God is the source of who I am. God is the dream of what I do. And if it's God I'm a talking to, I give myself to be used by you. God is the source of who I am. God is the dream of what I do. And if it's God I'm a talking to, I give myself to be used by you. God is the source of who I am. God is the dream of what I do. And if it's God I'm a talking to, I give myself to be used. I give myself to be used. I give myself to be used by you. Yeah, use me, Lord.
That's the only part of it. That's the only part I can't do. I don't have that falsetto. Yeah, no, I can't do
Oh, we got to work on that, Jay.
Okay,
It's
all
really
right.
pretty easy.
I'll yodel. That's right.
Yeah, no, yeah. Just
We appreciate everybody being here today. If it's a first time in a while or your first time ever to be in here, please know this is a community of love and safety to be who you are. Many people talk about this as being their center, where they find their center. If this happens to be your first time, we'd like to give you some more information about our center just so you get to know. You can also find it on our website. So if you're willing to raise your hands, we can recognize you and give you this information. Anybody here for the first time? Okay. Yeah. And with beginners, like the Buddhist beginner's mind, we honor that, but you don't get a brochure, sorry.
But if you really want one.
Thank you, everybody, for being here today, and just Happy New Year and happy intentions that you have. There will be a basket as you leave today to put your envelopes and pencils in. Those little golf pencils are so valuable, you know. But also the markers or anything else you have. But keep your stone for you and any other paper, the announcement sheet. So we do have an affirmation for you. Raise your hand and read along on the screen. Blessing anybody also who's online who might be here for the first time. We say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. We also bless our children that we have. We have one. Do we? Amen. Okay. We have a teen here. We can bless our teen here. So we raise our hand and we say, we bless you, we love you, and we're here for you. Oh, there are kids. Oh, okay.
Kids.
Well, we'll invite the practitioners to come forward then while we're waiting for the kids. And despite the arrangement we have today, there's plenty of space for prayers today. And I hope you, maybe it's something you want to pray about your intention or something, or more to pray how to release certain things, forgiveness or anything. So the practitioners are here. Just keep in your seat. And you can mingle around for a little bit, but then all those who want coffee and snacks go on outside. It's a beautiful day outside. It's probably 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it was when you came in here. So, and so we enjoy that. So So
Children.
we're still waiting for kiddos here. Here, tell you what, let's go ahead and stand for our community affirmation. And when they come in, we'll affirm them too. So repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I am here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful. And so it is. All right, now we got some kiddos coming up here. Oh, we got a princess coming up here. Anything to share today?
Well, we were learning how we sparkle within and not just on the outside. Yeah. What do you think?
I think we can all sparkle today, right? All right, use children as an inspiration for that. So let's do our blessing one more time for our children. We love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. All right, and now our closing song.
I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. In every breath, peace abide. I know the joy of peace, and I choose fear to relieve. Every moment, love wakes up, and peace is every step. Oh, peace is every step, and peace is every step. Woo! Happy New Year!